Hello there. Welcome to the Drifting Spore. I'm Steve. It's an absolutely gorgeous morning in Nova Scotia here this morning, man. Truly Canada's ocean playground now. I'm at the beach. I'm on the shed deck. It's early. I'm the first one up. I've taken the great privilege of being the first one up, so all I can hear is birdsong. It's lovely, man. Haven't had my coffee yet, so I figured I'd bring you guys along as I make and take my coffee on the shed deck and enjoy that. I'm going to make it in the Bushcraft way, cowboy coffee, boiled coffee, whatever you want to call it. I've only done it once before, so I figured this morning might be a great time to try it again. It was really good the first time I had it, and let's see if we can repeat that process. So, it's lovely. Let's get coffee on the go and see how this all plays out. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoy. Okay, first things first, let's get my alcohol stove set up. Get it in my dry bag here. There's my alcohol. I'm trying something a little bit different this morning. I found I had this here, I believe it to be a water chestnut can. I'm going to try that with my, I'll show you here. I got my crossbars here with my little Old Faithful DIY stove I made. That's just a little can of ham, I think it was, or flakes of tuna or something with a pull-off top. There's the top there. I made the top into a snuff cap. This one's starting to get rusty. It's probably going to be no good here soon, and I'll be making another one. But I just stuffed yellow pipe insulation inside that can. And I had some metal screening that I just cut to size and popped in top of the can. And this has been a great little stove. If this one wears out, I will be making another one. So I'm going to drop him inside the water chestnut can. Trying to find like a very compact system. That's what I'm after. My crossbars, I'm feeling like will sit right on top like that. And then my canteen cup on top like that. And I should be able to get some boiled coffee on the go, man. So, let's see if we can get our stove lit. I got my gloves. I got everything I need. Let's get alcohol into this, and then I'll bring this in close, and we'll get it sparked up. I just keep filling this stove until methyl hydrate lays on the top. I like the idea of this secondary can just to kind of keep everything contained, I guess. I'm going to put my crossbars on right now. I don't have slots cut out of my crossbars for this can, so that's just going to be sitting on top. I got that ready. I've got my coffee inside a pour over device, but I'm going to dump my loose coffee on top of my water here once the stove's going. And then when it's done, I want to try filtering the coffee through that pour over device to see how many grounds I actually get and to keep any grounds at all from getting in my coffee. I want a really good coffee this morning. So I'll bring you in close and we'll get this stove lit. Okay, let's get her going. Oh yeah, first shot. Right on. Now this stove doesn't need any delay time because it doesn't need to bloom or anything. Once it's up and running, it's up and running. So let's get coffee on. All right, the stove's going great. So let's take my water. I got my coffee here. I'm just gonna dump my coffee on top of my water. Put my filter back in the pour over. Just want to cover the whole top of the water with it. On it goes. There we go. Now I just got to wait for that to boil. And then I'll let it boil and steep and boil and steep and do its thing. And then we'll have coffee. Right on. I don't think this is going to take very long. I'm already really liking the look of this secondary can. That's a nice compact little setup there. Right on. Well, I'll have nothing to do now but wait for water to boil. We'll have a chat here in a second too about something I got in my ferro rod again. We'll have a talk about this here while we're waiting for that to boil. Okay, we're not boiling yet. The grounds are starting to soak in. I'm going to keep a close eye on that. Everything's looking good so far, though. Stove's chugging along just nice. So, I wanted to show you way back at Easter, my kids, my boys, Wyatt and Sam, are getting to an age where I felt like it was time they could start practicing their knife skills. So I got online there and I ordered two of these here Beavercraft Young Explorer knife. And these are patterned off the Boy Scout knife, I think, is what it says on their website. And I just thought I'd show you some really quick here. I put the little lanyard on the handle. But you know what? I was really impressed when I got these knives. I didn't know what to think of them, but there's a couple features I really like. So the leather sheath is a nice sturdy leather sheath. I really like that. I'm even considering, like, I would use this as a neck knife, I think. But anyway, it came with this here little piece of paracord, which I figured, you know, you're going to use to run as a neck knife. So that's how the boys run them. It's got a nice little leather hasp to hold the knife pretty secure. You don't get any edge outside of the sheath with that hasp closed, so that's good. That's nice and safe. And there we have the knife itself. So like I say, the sheath is nice and thick, sturdy leather. I like that. And the knife is just a nice little full tang blade. Nice wooden handle. This one's a bit dirty. Oh, that was for me using the ferro rod. It's got a sharpened spine, so you can spark a ferro rod with it. And you know what? It's a pretty sharp little knife. I like that it has no tip. It doesn't have a point, so you're not going to stab yourself with it. The handle's a little small for me, but fits the kids' hands really nice. You can see it's got the little Beavercraft etched into the knife blade there. Robin going by. And all in all, just a really nice little knife. So that's the Beavercraft Young Explorer Boy Scout knife. No point, so you can't stab yourself. I'm teaching the kids, of course, to keep whatever they're working on away from them. But all in all, mosquito, really great little knives. I had put up a video of the boys using the knives, and YouTube did not appreciate that. One of my sons is a little bit too young, I think, for YouTube and that, so it got taken down. That's fine. I didn't realize, and I apologize to YouTube for putting that video up. It was nothing. They were just peeling bark off a stick with their little knives here. But anyway, I just wanted to say I bought these knives, right, for Easter for the boys, and they're really great, man. I like them. Beavercraft Young Explorer's knife. I really like the handle. Blades are good and sharp, right? Both of them. I bought two of them. Both of them are excellent little knives. I would say really good starter knives. So it looks like my coffee's about to start boiling. So let's get looking at that. Right on. See the emblem on the sheath? Beavercraft Young Explorer Boy Scout knife. Nice little knife, man. I like it. All my grounds are soaked now. I would say that's going to come to a boil here real soon. Okay, my coffee's just starting to come on to a boil. Bubbling. I want the boiling action to draw all the grounds down into the water. Gonna let this all happen naturally. Oh yeah, I can feel that it's wanting to boil here any second. I am ready for coffee. That's for sure. This isn't quite as fast as just boiling a kettle and making a coffee, but it's a lot more fun. Just takes a little longer. Well, I'm starting to see nice coffee bubbles on one edge. Once it starts to roll those grounds in, here we go, it's about to bloom. I'm gonna have to be very careful not to let it overflow, boil over in my onto everything. Last time I did this, it did boil over a little bit. This is only my second attempt at cowboy coffee. So I want it to boil, but I don't want it to boil over. There we go, it's taken all the grounds in. Almost. There we go, it's got them all. It's not boiling over yet. Oh, right on, I like that. I like the look of that indeed. Oh, as soon as those grounds get boiling in, the smell just ramps way up. That smells like awesome coffee. As long as it doesn't boil over, I'm just going to let it do that for a few minutes. It might be just the... Here we go. I got to be ready, though. I don't want it to boil over into my stove or anything. Look at that. That's turned into some pretty awesome looking coffee. Nice. Just the right distance, I would say, off the top of that stove for it not to boil over. That's looking awesome. I'm not going to give it too much longer here. Looking nice and dark. And once I take it off the heat, I'm going to let it sit for a little bit. And then we'll try pouring it through the filter after I'm going to tap on the side, take it off the heat, tap on the side with my spoon, then we'll pour it through the filter. Tapping it's supposed to drop all the coffee grounds out, and we'll see what we end up with. Or when you tap it, the coffee ground should settle to the bottom. Nice. I'll reposition you guys and we'll... I think I'm ready to take it off the heat there now. I'm just going to let it sit for a minute. Right on. Let that steep now. Stove's just going to have to burn itself out. Okay, let's try this pour. Make sure you guys can see that. Yeah, right on. Okay, I'm going to tap pretty strongly on the side of my canteen cup here. That's supposed to drop all the grounds to the bottom. But we'll see as I pour here. I'm going to pour through the filter. So I really want the majority of this coffee to end up in my cup. Just going to pour nice and slow, I hope. There we go. This is one way to enjoy boiled coffee and for sure not get any grounds. And I don't see any falling through yet. We'll see at the end how many's in the filter. There's the odd mosquito out here this morning, and somebody down the way has decided to ramp up heavy equipment early this morning, so you can hear the drone of that amongst the bird song as well. This is just a Melita pour-over device I got last year. Works good for down at the beach. Oh, look at all my grounds on the bottom. Ah. There, grounds started going there. Look at that. All the grounds are just piled at the bottom. See that? Right on. Just move this filter a little bit so that it keeps pouring. All right, we'll let that strain through and see what we get. All right, here we go. So what's happened is I didn't use coarse grind coffee. I just used normal old Folgers Intensely Dark. So all the dust from that has clogged my filter. So there's a little bit of coffee still in that, and you can see it's all stained up from the dust. Let's see if I can dump the liquid out without all the grounds. There's a few grounds in the bottom of that, but I think that's mostly dust. That's not even all grounds, man. That's too cool. Right on. So, I mean, give that a stir because I got a little bit of sugar in the bottom of my cup. Put that over there. Let it finish doing its thing. Smells good. Time for a taste test, I would say. It looks hot. I might have. I got it in my Yeti too, so. Oh, I hope it doesn't burn my face off. Nice. Holy. That's just regular old Folgers, man. There's something about when you boil coffee like that that just ramps it right up, man. That is like rich and smooth. And like, I don't even know how to describe how much better that is. And that's just your run of the mill Folgers coffee, right? Just normal roast Folgers. That's beautiful, man. What a great cup of coffee that makes. Mm. For my second time making boiled coffee, I am super impressed with that. That's awesome. My stove's still going. I'm pretty impressed with that too. I like that water chestnut can being kind of like my stove slash pot stand. Seemed to be a really good height for boiling water, and you know what? I bet you that'd be okay to cook on too. Hmm. Oh, that's awesome. Well, let's show you one more thing here before I let you go today. The birds are singing, man. The sun is shining. It's summer in Nova Scotia finally. And it finally feels like it. Awesome. Let me show you something. Something pretty cool I want to show you. Is that something I won, actually. Let's check it out. There we go. That stove's just starting to go out there now. So, first coffee on the shed deck for summer of 2024. Previously, every other weekend, we've been coming down to the beach now for a few weekends. Since May long weekend, I guess, here in Canada. That was May 17th weekend, I think. So we've been down for 3 weekends, 4 weekends, something like that. And This is the first time it's been nice enough to sit out and have my morning coffee on the shed deck. And I've been kind of into this pattern where I've been sleeping in a little bit down here, which is really odd for me. I'm usually no later than 7 a.m. I'm up and on the go. Today we're back into that pattern. I was up a little before 7, so that gives me a nice little opportunity to do some things before everybody else gets up, make a video, whatever. I cannot get over how good that coffee is. If you've never tried Bushcraft coffee, give it a try. So what I wanted to show you is I belong to this Facebook group. Now, this Facebook group is based out of here in Nova Scotia, but you don't have to be in Nova Scotia to join this group. And that Facebook group is called Nova Scotia Bushcraft. You see it there? Nova Scotia Bushcraft. That's the card. And man, what a really great group. Always something on the go on the group. It's all about bushcraft, mostly. Bushcraft, outdoors, outdoor skills, right? Stuff like that. The guy who runs the group, Lawrence, is a really great guy. And this spring, they got patches in. So I ordered one of the patches, and I received it first. And that patch, there's the patch there. What a beautiful patch, man. That is well made. I'm going to put it on my pack, but it's so well made, I almost don't even want to, man. When I received that, I could not believe how awesome that patch is, man. Hopefully you're seeing it. It's really cool. I love it. Well designed and very well made patch. Gonna go on my pack if I can build up the courage to sew it onto it. We'll see. Birds are starting to go nuts. Right on. So, another thing they did on Nova Scotia Bushcraft, Lawrence did, was he put up a little contest a month and a half ago or so, and the contest was to show your favorite way to make fire, is what it was, and to submit a little video in the comment section. A lot of fun, man. So of course I used my ferro rod, right? Took a little video of me igniting fat wood with my ferro rod, and I submitted that as my submission. And well, about a month later, didn't I win the little contest? And the contest was to win a primitive fire kit. Not primitive fire, but a sort of primitive fire, a flint and steel kit, which I had made my own. I had put together my own little flint and steel kit, but what I was lacking, because you can't find it in Nova Scotia, it just doesn't exist here, is flint. I had no flint, so I was using granite and other things, just whatever rocks I could find. I was banging off an old piece of file I had cut down, trying to get enough spark to make fire, and it wasn't working out. I mean, I was getting spark, and I made char cloth and did everything I'm supposed to do, but I won this kit from Lawrence, the flint and steel kit, and he shipped it to me from Nova Scotia Bushcraft, and it came in the mail the other day, and it's really cool, man. So I've got, first I'll show you, came with a Fresno lens. I think they're called Fresno lens. That's a magnifying lens that you can concentrate the sun's rays to make fire. So that's cool. I already had one of these. Mark Young had already sent me one, but one is none, two is one, I guess, right? I've heard that said before by others. You got a nice little pouch here, and my little pouch is filled with birch bark, right? So every bushcrafter loves birch bark, that's for sure. A lot of uses for it, but fire lighting, it's the thing, right? Although they always say you can light birch bark when it's wet. I've had trouble with wet birch bark. But, I'm a beginner, man. I'm not an expert at anything. I'm pretty good on the ferro rod nowadays. I'm pretty good with a match, pretty good with a Bic lighter. But anyway, then there was this tin, came with the fire lighting kit. And it contained, I added a couple things to this. Just one thing, but two of them. So it just twists off there. So there's what I added. I'll show you that in a second. This little pouch here. Oh yeah, there was another little thing here too. this little pouch here contains a piece of file, right? That's similar to what I had in my kit, and a piece of flint, man. So that's really cool. And it also contained a small little ferro rod. So that's a good little ferro rod that you could like stick in a knife sheath or something, put in your pack. That's not taking up much room, and that'll provide you an opportunity to throw a spark. And in the bottom of the tin, it's a whole bunch of char cloth, right? You need that for flint and steel fire to catch your spark in. Now, I considered making this video as I'm lighting a fire, a campfire at the beach, right? I light any night that we're allowed to. I check before I burn, and I get a fire going. Had a campfire last night, but I'm not well practiced at this, so I'd probably end up with a video, 40-minute video of me trying to make fire and not getting it, right? So I'm going to practice it up, and we'll try to make fire with the flint and steel once I've got a little bit of practice with it. So the thing with this is you find a nice edge, and you just, I don't know if you can see the sparks flying, but compared to granite, sparks really fly really well off that. So what I added to the kit, just my own little personal touch, because when I did manage to catch a spark with my own kit once, and what I did was I transferred from the char cloth to a small piece of chaga. So that's dried chaga mushroom right there. And when I transferred the spark to this chaga, boy oh boy, it lit up an ember like you wouldn't believe. And very quickly, as soon as you touch the char cloth, the ember on the char cloth to this, and blow on it, the chaga takes right off and it will smolder for a long time. So I threw in 2 small pieces of chaga into that fire kit that I won from Nova Scotia Bushcraft. So, right, what do we do, man? Very grateful. That's awesome. And like, I knew that flint was a big part of what was slowing me down on my flint and my stone and steel kit. But now that I got this stuff, I'm going to be able to practice it. I'm going to be able to get it on the go. And hopefully I'll get well practiced at my flint and steel. And that'll be another method of making fire I'll be able to do. So thank you very much, Lawrence. I'll put a link. I'll try to put a link. I'm not really all that tech savvy. I will try to put a link in the description of this video to Nova Scotia Bushcraft. Failing that, I will put a picture of the of the page after this little bit of a talk, so you guys can search it up on Facebook. Go join Nova Scotia Bushcraft. It's a really great Facebook group. A lot of little bits of discussion. You know, I post pictures and videos on there. A lot of other people do too. It's a really nice little community of bushcrafters, man. So go check that out. I would appreciate it, and I know for sure Lawrence would too. So, right on. Thank you very much, Lawrence. I'm going to be practicing with this. I appreciate it, man. Let's have another sip of our coffee. Oh, that's so good, man. Excellent. That's nice. So I'm looking forward to a nice long summer of this. That's for sure. We're looking forward to a trip to Labrador this summer too. We're going up to visit Rena's family in Labrador, my wife Rena, and me and her and the kids are gonna head up. It's gonna be fantastic, man. The fishing up there is, they're on the south coast of Labrador. The fishing up there is just phenomenal. Salmon, Arctic char, right? Trout, amazing fishing. So for me, Labrador is a dream come true land. I can't wait to get up there, man. That's coming in a couple weeks, so there'll be a gap where I'm probably not uploading too much. Maybe shorts I'll be able to upload. Internet's not real strong up there. I had trouble last time we were there uploading videos and stuff. So I might be on a bit of a hiatus. In the summer, my videos slow down a bit too, because right, it's summer. I've been so busy lately getting out after plants mainly, but mushrooms are starting up as well. Like, I'm always all year round looking for polypore mushrooms, but now it's getting into, well, you've seen in previous videos lately, all the reishi I've been founding. I'll put a picture after this as well, after the Facebook stuff if I need to. Of yesterday, I found two giant Ganoderma suge, two giant reishi, biggest I've ever found. And this year, I have found more Ganoderma suge than I have any other previous year. I've only found it 3 years before this one, and just amazing. I am abundant with reishi this year. I've got more than enough to get me through to next year around this time for my tea, and I believe I have enough to do up a couple of really nice tinctures with it. So I'll be doing that for sure, man. Big old bumblebee going by. Right on. Well, I don't think I got too much more to say about anything other than so grateful, man. When you just kind of flow, just flow with the universe. Don't have a whole bunch of expectations. Just live in the moment, man. Just be right here, right now. And the universe will just kind of pass it to you. Just here you go, right? So I'm looking forward to more mushroom hunts. Gonna try to get out for a paddle in the kayak there this morning. Tides are good for that today. And just enjoy time in Canada's ocean playground, man. Time at the beach. I'm just gonna sit here and watch the birds there now. Have my coffee. My little stove's gone out. I'll pack that all away. Beautiful. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, and remember, right? Like always, you will never find anything unless you get out and look. Go have a look, man. It's worth it. Bye for now.